Hey everyone.
Hi.
Our capture fucked up. We're sorry.
Give me about 10 minutes to stop fuming, and then maybe I'll talk.
Okay. Do you want me to talk then?
Yes.
Alright. A little backstory about this game. This is Banjo-Tooie. You know, because you clicked on the title that said Banjo-Tooie. It is a sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, and it is the first video game that I ever owned. I still have the N64 and the original cartridge, but we're playing this on the Xbox One because it should be easier to capture, but we've had some fucking trouble with the goddamn program. But yeah, this entire game was basically my childhood in a nutshell. This and Power Rangers. This was my favorite game when it came out until A Hat in Time came out, which was like 2017?
I don't remember.
But yeah, so this is my favorite game, pretty much. This is my nostalgic game. Kind of like how Summer had like several Kingdom Hearts games. Although, would you say this is like your Kingdom Hearts 2, kind of?
Kingdom Hearts 2?
I mean,
No.
This is my Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh.
No. I mean, because Kingdom Hearts 1 is the one I played constantly.
Okay, so this is, okay. I guess Kazooie, for me, would have been.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was... I didn't even own Kingdom Hearts 2 for, like, the first 6 years of its existence. I remember buying Kingdom Hearts 2 when the PS3 was out, actually. I rented it a couple times, and I played through the story, and I really enjoyed it. It felt really climactic and cool and badass, but I didn't latch onto it the same way I latched onto the first one. Just because I've explained it many times that the first game feels a lot more homey to me. Whereas the second one just feels like really big and empty.
This is the one game. I don't get nostalgia as much. I do get a little bit of nostalgia with certain things. But this game makes me feel it 100%, which is really weird for me. This game is such a comfort food. If I'm upset, I can play this game and it will cure me being upset half the time, or at least will let me calm down.
I've seen you start this game so many times.
Because I don't mind every time. I sit through the cutscenes too. This is one of the only games I sit through the cutscenes because the entire time I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. We had to restart this, and I am actually still enjoying this cutscene.
I don't mind it. I like cutscenes.
That's good. This is actually important, this vehicle. It's called the Hag 1, which I think is a reference, now that I think about it, to Slave 1 from Star Wars. That has to be. Anyways, yeah, there's not much of this game towards plot, but I fucking love it. The music is probably my favorite thing about it. And I still get... The music does so much more for me than, like, the visuals. The visuals do a lot for me, but the music just... I listen to the music in my free time, and I usually don't do that with video game music.
You've fallen over Grant Kirkhope.
I love him. He's amazing. He was on H-Bomber guy's stream.
Yeah.
And he said, trans rights, okay, in DK's voice. And that was
he.
Okay. I'll continue gushing over this game. Especially the organs in this opening make me feel so fucking warm and fuzzy inside. And I've done my own little ditties where I try to replicate Kirkhope's sound. And God, I love the music in this game. It's probably the reason I love fucking Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which a lot of people did not like. I love that game, but a lot of people hated that game. It came out when I was still youngish and still very lenient on video games, not like I am now, being the fucking cynical asshole that I am. But The music in Grabbed by the Ghoulies sounds like it could be from this game too. Grant Kirkhope has a very specific style. He does go against it a lot of times when he needs to, but a lot of people hire him for this signature style.
And then other people hire him just because they feel bad for him because he hasn't worked in a while.
Yes.
No, it was a joke.
Oh. The reveal. Are you scared?
What?
I was a little scared as a kid. Not like fully scared, but I would be like, I'd be like a little defensive, like, you know when you do that like side glance as a kid? You're like, you just don't want to look at something full on. Grunty's a little freaky.
I fought Andross as a kid. Nothing fazed me.
I love how she's actually big boned. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's lost all the meat and fat on her. And she's still as white. And this is the Grunty I know. It's weird because if you look up Grunty, you get her with skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know her as the Skeleton Witch. Which is also the name of the band that I used to listen to. Completely unrelated. And here's Mumbo, who is the most adorable member of the main cast. Whack like they're fucking witch monsters. Oh yeah, and in the first game she rhymed all the fucking time. And I talked over it, but there was a line where one of the witches is like, "Do you have to rhyme?" And she's like, "I guess not." And so she doesn't rhyme for the rest of this game.
Okay.
I think a lot of people were... It's one of those things that... It did change some things, this game. And I think for the better, because there were certain things that annoyed people from the first game, and they really tried to make this less annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is definitely... I think this game gets a lot harder, but whenever it gets harder, it feels fairly hard. Like, in Kazooie, when it does get hard, it's like, what the fuck? You know when you die and you blame the game and not yourself?
Mm-hmm.
That's Kazooie. When you die and you're like, well, that was completely on me. It's Tooie. They also got rid of the whole lives thing because it was fucking useless. It just prompted a cutscene if you lost all your lives. And it was kind of annoying seeing that over and over again.
I don't think I've ever lost all my lives in Banjo.
It doesn't really make a difference. You start at a different place, but you still have all the saved progress that you had.
So I've played the first Banjo game, like the first couple hours of it, but not a lot of it. I've never played this one at all.
This one, yeah. I mean, I've played this one more times than I can count. So I know where all the little secrets are, which is like, this is the only game where I know where shit is hidden. And this is like the game of backtracking, which a lot of people had an issue with. Because Kazooie, you never have to backtrack. You go to a level, you do whatever you want in it, and you never have to return. But I think it's boring. This game also is a little less of a ripoff of Mario 64. And the worlds feel like they have a location. You know, you're not like getting teleported.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you were in Banjo-Kazooie. It feels like it's a cohesive world. It feels almost open world, but it's not really. It's pseudo open world, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what led to... Like, Bottles is okay. I think I was too young to like really... I don't know. I knew about death from a very young age. It never like hit me how fucked up this was. I was just like, yeah, he died. He's a ghost now. Okay.
It surprised me on the first recording, and now I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. He died. Whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Well, at least now you can go directly to the first boss fight.
Yeah.
A lot of people like exploring this area and doing the tutorials. I don't. I always skip this world. It was like almost a full world in the first game. Did it just go dark for a second?
Yeah, because I hadn't touched anything.
Oh.
It was a screensaver.
That laugh freaked me out as a kid. If you die, that's what plays, or if you quit the game. Sometimes I turn the volume. When I first started playing it, and I was alone, I would turn the volume all the way down and hit save and quit because her laugh scared me. Not kidding. This is the game. I remember it was me, my brother, and my dad, and we were playing this game. And my dad was supposed to put us to bed because my mom went to bed early, and he saw the sun coming up, and he looked at us and he goes, "Oh shit!" Like he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna be in trouble." That was a good memory I had with my dad. I used to play video games with my dad a lot. A lot of my childhood games. He's expressed wanting to be on this channel as a guest.
Yeah.
If we ever get the time and right time, right place, I would love to have him on here. This game has a great multiplayer that I would love to play with my dad on this channel, but I remember the first time I swore and realized you're not supposed to do that was in front of my dad playing video games. We were playing Space Invaders. It was like one of those throwback plug and play things, and I died, and I said, "What in the fucking world?" And he looked at me and he goes, "What did you just say?" And he's like, "Where'd you hear that?" And I was like, "You said it." And I'm like, he's like, "Okay, don't say that." And I was like, "Okay." So I think this is different every time, where it's random.
Wow.
Yeah, you just have to hit him.
I did my attack and he landed on me, so it hurt.
Yeah, the Klungo fights are piss easy. Most of the boss fights in this are easy. I'd say Patches is the first difficulty spike, then you get Lord Woo Woo Fok Fok, that's his name, and that's a little testy. If I remember, Weldar is the hardest in the game, but I haven't fought him a lot of times actually. It's kind of scary. This game's expansive, and I never looked anything up, so I have gotten some stuff from memes that I was like, I don't know what that fucking little quest is. I'm just impressed with how they made this, back in the day, how big this game actually is. They took shortcuts in really interesting ways for memory, just to fit more stuff in the game.
This is one of the last big N64 games.
Oh yeah, it came out the last year, the year before GameCube came out.
Yeah.
And I owned an N64 when the GameCube was popular, and that's why I was able to trade in one of those. I traded in a robot dog. You guys remember those, right? That useless piece of shit. Got that for my birthday. Realized smartest trade-in I've ever done is I trade that into some big box store, and they gave me credit, and I had enough for an N64 and a game. And dear God, greatest trade-in value, I think. Nowadays, I'm sure those robot dogs don't sell for shit.
Those robot dogs were so useless.
They were just cutting edge at the time, I guess. But there's no... When you have something that plays media, it's inherently going to be useful for longer, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like a tape.
I mean, We still use your N64 today.
Yeah.
You didn't use that robot dog 5 minutes after you got it, I'm guessing.
I didn't take it out of the box.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you don't need to go in here.
Oh.
I can shoot. Yeah, that's where you need to go. Never mind. I don't even have to tell you shit. That's where the next cutscene is. It's located in there. It's a very plot important. The cutscenes drop off at a point. I will say that. There's a lot of cutscenes in the beginning, and then they kind of just.
I mean, games are generally like that.
Ho ha! I like his whee! When you don't get hurt by something, but you can't touch him. The whole Jiggy thing was hilarious too. When I was a kid, I thought the word Jiggy was so funny. I want to get a Jiggy tattoo. I just don't know where. I should get it right here.
Do I gotta bring him Gene Joes?
Yeah, the witches scared all the Gene Joes away. Except for the gray Gene Joes. I'll show you.
They all just ran away from home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they know Grunty. Her big fucking drill thing came through. You'll see. I'll show you something that is a kind of an easy thing to miss. But it provides a little context, and it makes it's the prime example of this game being dark without the dark humor.
Right.
Jiggy, baby. Getting jiggy with it.
I always pictured Banjo as talking kind of like Ringo Starr.
Hey, Kazooie. They are British,
Yeah.
I guess. Is Ray British? Or is just
I'm
a lot
pretty
of...
sure they are.
I know a lot of Brits worked on this show. Show. What the fuck? Video game. I do know... Yeah, they use British euphemisms a lot. Yeah, they're British, aren't they? Yeah, that kid doesn't even turn around. But that shit happens every once in a while. So he's a pretty cool
Yeah,
king.
Banjo.
He's a pretty cool king. Not bad for a king, huh?
I guess so, if you're into that kind of thing.
He set us off on our quest. Me, where?
Can the drill climb?
Maybe. I think it can go up as long as... I don't know. It's semi-important in the plot. It's important in the beginning and the end.